Sunday, July 27th, and you are here for the People's Patriot Project. We got you 6 at 6. We're currently listening to the WeP3 Radio, produced with the partnership of Reason Across America Radio, with the mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach to future generations the value of freedom, created by the men and women who have served our country. Currently playing on WeP3 Radio, Monsters by Jeff Canada.
Wishing that the universe would stop playing all its games. I'm sick and tired of waiting on a little something to go my way.
Left your left, hey. Left right, your left. You got it.
Trucker. Conquerors. Roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We are We the People, the People's Patriot Project.
To put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left your left, hey. Left right, your left. You got it.
Trucker.
I want you in my room. Spend the night together. Now and forever. Boom, boom, boom. I wanna go boom. Spend the night together. Together in my room.
I said a boom, chicka rocket,
Oh
chicka
my,
boom.
new, something new. Wow. Okay, I wasn't ready for that one. Good evening. Good evening. This is Andrea Eichmann here with the People's Patriot Project, and you are tuned into our weekly podcast, but first live show. We got your 6 at 6. Each week, we bring you the stories that matter, featuring guests and musical artists who share the highs, the lows, and everything in between from the world of veteran and first responder support. This week, we are excited to welcome Amanda, I'm going to say it wrong, Sambach, from Veterans Helping Veterans, along with the musical guest Ben O'Connor, who's here to share some incredible tunes and stories. We could not do this without the support of our amazing sponsors. We have Green Hills Contracting, veteran-owned and operated out of the Missouri. Thank you to Timothy Newton. Catch 22 with Derek Iozio. Operation Texas Strong. This is Peggy and Bobby Krutzinger out of Weatherford, Texas. And I just saw a couple new campers that were donated recently. We have the Boho Hobos Hideaway with Lauren Iozio, and we have Mr. Brian Kenzer. Talk to Brian about health, wellness, and supporting American families and the WeP3 mission. You can visit this website that I'm going to share with you right now with his Smart Living. He also gave us his phone number and email. Just get in touch with him to learn more. Also, you need to mark your calendars for December 13th. This is a powerful day of remembrance and honor as we join Wreaths Across America to lay wreaths on the graves of hundreds of thousands of veterans at national cemeteries across the country. We here in Minnesota, there are several, but we, the People's Patriot Project, take care of the Fort Snelling National Cemetery Wreaths Across America Day, and we are committed to honoring every hero laid to rest. But we need your help. We are still tens of thousands of wreaths short of our goal to ensure that every veteran is remembered. Now is the time to act. Sponsor your wreaths early and be part of this meaningful mission to honor, remember, and teach. Here's a link. Here's a little sponsor a wreath link. Make your donation today. Just take a look, if nothing else, and see if this is a cause that might fit your heart, your values, and your support. Here's a little Wreaths Across America information for you. It's like 6 months away, you guys. I love everybody that waits till the last minute, but I also love everybody that doesn't wait till the last minute. Let's come together in this mission and make sure that nobody is forgotten. You can also catch, we got your 6 at 6 on Wreaths Across America Radio, Sundays at 11 p.m. Eastern. Just search the word wreath on the iHeartRadio, Odyssey apps, or go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/radio. A special shout out to Brother Joe Meisch and his Temple Massager. You have that one ready, Peterson. There we go. Go look at www.templemassager.com. And if you put in the code WeP3 when you order it, you will get a cool little discount that pretty much covers the shipping cost or tax or whatever it is that we pay on that thing. And I'm just kidding. It is amazing. Ask Peterson. It's like his dream maker. All of our sponsors, guests, and listeners, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming every week. Thank you for being supportive of our mission. Before we dive into this week's show, please take a moment to remove your hats, stand if you're able, and then join us for this amazing version of the Star Spangled Banner with Dave Ray USA.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched
say, stand in the plane, the US of A. Oh, say, just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, in the home of the
Bam, 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 bam.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen,
That's better when we can hear it. Gosh dang it.
Like I'm doing something aggressive and
Yeah.
oh, how exciting it is to actually, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, sometimes I question if that version of the Star Spangled Banner is too long. But then you ask the question, is there really one that's too long? And just the chill bumps, then just the drive and the amazing job Dave Bray does with that song. I absolutely hate most of the time when people do something extra to the national anthem, because the national anthem is for us to do. It's if you're in a crowd, this is an opinion. It is for me to. And I'll tell you what I do. I stand quietly. I usually cry. And I'm just amazed at the opportunities we have in this country because of that bad boy behind me, with the men and women who have been willing to lose what they've lost to let everyone lay their big fat heads on the pillows of freedom. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of worked up, guys. I'm there. We are here, July 27th, for the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6, and we have a panel for you tonight, folks. We have the amazing Amanda Sombach. I practiced that all week long. There's some hidden letters in there, and there's some and she's with Veterans Helping Veterans, MOCO, which MOCO stands for something county out of Texas.
Montgomery County.
Montgomery County. Is that do people in Texas know that? Do they know MOCO?
Only people around MOCO kind of know it, and obviously us in MOCO know. But
okay, fair enough. Everything in Texas is just over there. That's what I do know, because everyone says it. I have an aunt in Carrollton, and they just say, "Yeah, it's just over there," and that's like 3 hours later, we're still trying to find what's just over there, and we're still trying to get it. And then we have Ben O'Connor minus the apostrophe, because there's too many Ben O'Connors out there. And we have Ben O'Connor here for our musical talent tonight. He is what we call a Patriot player. Patriot in the fact that he supports veterans and first responders and supports the great country we live in. And it's not a thing. It's not for us, but he didn't have the chance to wear the uniform. But his family has, and he is a loved brother with us. And he actually goes out on tour to support veteran organizations. And we'll hear more about that here in a little bit. You've been out working, Ben?
Yeah. I got paint and everything on me. I've been cutting wood, so sorry if you see some stuff all over me.
Yeah, that's good. I thought you were like turning wrenches, your hands all, whatever. But thank you, folks. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We appreciate you. And if we can get into some tomfoolery at some point, great. But we want to hear about your mission. Tonight's show is about Veterans Helping Veterans of Montgomery County. and what Ben O'Connor's doing and his musical talent. But we're going to hear about what's in the news real quick. Typically, Jonathan does that, but Miss Eichmann's going to run with that tonight.
Heck yeah. Oh, let me just put this up here really quick. Usually Brian Kenzer is with us. He's just checking in. He's watching on his on-call. Watching with firefighter teams and EMT. So Brian, he's here with us when he can be. Hi, Brian. But duty calls, and it calls almost religiously on Sunday evenings. So thank you, Brian, for being out there, and thanks for being part of us. July is coming. Oh gosh, we have very few days left, but it is Social Wellness Month. Social Wellness Month is a period dedicated to awareness of the importance of maintaining healthy and positive relationships with others. We would like to encourage everyone to reflect on their social connections, relationships, and overall social well-being. The focus is on fostering meaningful interactions, nurturing friendships, and building supportive networks. And I'm giggling because I just finished a class on social and emotional learning, and I feel like that's a sentence right out of the workbook. Hello, Joel. Today is the National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. This day commemorates the anniversary of the Korean Armistice Agreement, which ended the Korean War. The Korean War lasted 3 years, and during that time, 50,000 American troops were killed and over 100,000 were injured. During the Chosin Reservoir Campaign in the winter of, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, that's why I stuttered. In the winter of 1950, the temperatures would drop so low that the wind chill would be around negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The VA says that these conditions would result in at least 5,000 American deaths. The U.S. Army Chaplain Corps celebrates its anniversary on July 29th, marking the date in 1775 when the Continental Congress authorized chaplains for the Continental Army. This year, in 2025, the Chaplain Corps will celebrate its 250th anniversary. The Corps is one of the oldest and smallest branches of the Army, providing religious and spiritual support to soldiers and their families. I want a big old shout out to Father Michael Ireland, chaplain, with the Civil Air. He's not anymore. That's how we met him. And Peterson, we just met a chaplain in St. Louis Park the other day. Stu. Okay, July 30th then is World Day Against Trafficking Persons. The theme for 2025 is Human Trafficking is Organized Crime and the Exploitation. Human trafficking is a global pandemic, and it is defined simply as the unlawful act of transporting or coercing people to benefit from their work or service. This normally takes place in the form of forced labor or sexual exploitation. Human trafficking is not limited to, but often targets women and children due to their presumed vulnerability. Human trafficking reportedly brings in hundreds of billions of dollars globally each year. This day hopes to bring the attention of many to the issue of human trafficking. It also raises the issue of how can we begin to tackle it. We had an amazing guest, like almost 5 years ago, Johnny Danger. And his organization was, I think he has moved, but they were in Southern California, and that is what human trafficking was their fight. And they actually have a clothing line. So yeah, you know what? Watch the movie, pick your passion, and get involved, and let's get rid of that. Let's get that mark off I'm waiting for Peterson to jump in because he gets a little steamed up about USA being the top consumers of trafficked children and women. All right, we have a couple campaigns going on right now. I already talked about Reads Across America. I will be sharing in a little bit. We have a real good friend, Joey James, whose mom's struggling right now with cancer, and he's got a fundraiser going on. I'll be sharing that in just a little bit. Lois, been a while, my dear. It's good to see you. So those are some things going on right now, and then we're just ramping up. We got a couple events coming up in September, and we have got hopefully a bunch of fun things happening next summer. So stick with us and we will keep you in tune with what's going on. Yes. All right. I talked a lot.
Eichmann for giving us the brief on the news. We are a working group. This is something that I remind everyone. We are boots on the ground. We make a difference by action. There are 58,000 organizations across the country saying they're helping veterans and first responders. Shame on you. Quit talking about it. We are here to get the job done. And so we do have a call to action during this broadcast. Everyone has a device. Our call to action is called Check 6. Still finalizing the graphics for this, finally getting set up and everything. But Check 6 starts with you. You've been in the stuff. You got stuff. Things are, check yourself. If you are not in that mental space and you need help and support, you need to ask for help. I personally will say, do not put it out on social media. Reach out to a trusted friend, reach out to a trusted organization, reach out to a trusted clinical processor. The sky's the limit. But if you're in that space, reach out. It's your job. Reach out to the People's Patriot Project. Okay. The next thing is we've got our brothers and sisters that are out there, and all of us have a device. What I'd like you to do is type in just thinking about you or checking with you. Doesn't matter. Copy, paste it into 6 different conversations, and send it to 6 different people in your contact list. The challenge, that's not the challenge. Just do it. If you're not doing it, you're wrong. The challenge is to try to do this daily. And sorry, not sorry if it stirs up a conversation. We are humans and we are built to be involved, invested, and building relationships. And I can tell you right now, and I'll do a shout out right now to Scotty Frazier down there in Texas, Houston, one of the bad boys down there. That brother gets hold of me probably religiously every other week, and I appreciate you, Scotty Frazier. And sometimes it makes me feel a little guilty because he does a better job of reaching out to me than I do reaching out to him. And I appreciate that guy. And do I need Scotty to reach out to me? I don't. I'm good. But some of our brothers and sisters are not good. And they do need to know that someone is in their corner. And so that's our Check 6, folks. Get it done. It's super easy. It literally takes probably less than, well, it's 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. Just thinking about you, copy, paste, send it. You can BS it too. You can send it to 6 people on your first 6 and have it done that way. We do challenge you to do one conversation with a relationship that got a little sideways at some point. Not telling you to reach out to ex-spouses and girlfriends and boyfriends. I mean, if you want to, have at her, but that's not what we're asking you to do. It's part of the process. We are effectively communicating and reaching out to our brothers and sisters. And if someone reaches back and says, hey, I'm struggling, let us know. I mean, if again, we don't, someone just did a post that talking about how people are saying that they're helping, and then they'd rather talk about and make fun and mimic and stop it. For the first time in my history, I swore on Facebook today, and I said we're here to fix that stuff. I can see if I can. We're here to fix that shit. So with that said, we got to bring this amazing group of people into this conversation. Again, we got Amanda Sombach from Veterans Helping Veterans, Montgomery County, Texas, and Ben O'Connor. Amanda, Ben, thank you for being here tonight, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amanda, tell us who you are tell us about the service. And again, we know that not everybody had strapped on the boots and not everyone wore the uniform and such, but you have a connection and you have a mission. Tell us about what the mission is, the name of it, and don't spill all the stuff because we got 2 other segments. So, go.
So my name's Amanda Sombach. Thank you for pronouncing it right and practicing, because not a lot of people get it right off the rip, especially being in the military. But I am an Army vet and also a spouse of a combat Army vet. And so I got both sides of it, so it's great. But I'm also a mom of 3 boys, so never a dull moment in this house ever. But I created this organization called Veterans Helping Veterans MOCA, which stands for Montgomery County, because that's where we're based out of, which is local to Houston. I'm probably about 45 minutes from Houston. And I created this organization to help active duty members of the military that are transitioning out, and veterans and their immediate families, because for service members, it's hard for us as we're transitioning out of the military, because we kind of don't know what's going on with our world anymore, because we're losing that structure and we're going into the real world where there isn't any really. And then veterans, because we always got to have each other's sticks no matter what. It doesn't matter if we hang up that uniform or if we're still wearing that uniform. And then also the immediate family, because as a spouse, I served after my husband. So I was a spouse of a veteran before I became a veteran myself. So I saw that side of things first. And so I realized that world is hard as well, because you're trying to support the veteran and also hold things down in the fort at home. And so it's kind of chaotic. So I created this organization. I have a festival every year, and I bring in a bunch of different organizations and businesses that go and support in those said areas. And we pretty much have a big old party, and we just try to help each other out. It's free for everybody to attend. And I have concerts and stuff. It's big old, lots of fun. But I created this organization to help out all those people, to pretty much say thank you and that I'm still here, and to support you. So like how you said, like, go and check your 6, because you never know, because you might realize one day that you are actually going out and helping somebody and didn't realize it. You probably saved somebody's life that day and you didn't know. And so that's what we're here about. We don't just focus on one thing. We're also boots on the ground. We don't focus on one mission. So we don't focus just like on PTSD or mental health in general. We focus on the whole big picture, that nobody needs to be left behind for any reason at all.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having the vision, the passion, and I don't know the right wword. I made that up just now to just go and do it. I mean, there's so many people that get a thought and they sit on it and they sit on it and they sit on it, because it's easier not to do something. It's easier not to serve. Let's be honest, folks. It's easier not to do it. I don't know if that's the right answer though. So that's why we're here. That's why we bring Amanda on. And so thank you for being here tonight, Amanda. We got more from Ben O'Connor. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How long have you been working on the beard?
Oh, man. I don't know now. I've lost count.
Okay.
It's a struggle. I lived in Arizona for the past about a year, and now we've been in Montana. So we've got that super dry heat. So I got to make sure I'm conditioning, and I mean, it's not the same as being back east.
You're in Montana?
Yeah, we're in the North Pole up here. We're like an hour from Canada.
Sky country.
Yeah, it's
what
beautiful.
Part of Montana?
Up near Kalispell, Whitefish, right near Glacier.
Oh, Ian.
Have you been?
Have
you been up?
Well, I was born in Billings.
Oh, no way.
And I was raised in Cody, Wyoming. So
okay.
And then my family, part of my uncle, my aunts, who are down now in Texas, because everyone goes to Texas, lived up in Kalispell for a lion's portion of my cousin's teenage life. So know the space well. Carling, I don't know It used to be paving. Carlene's out there.
That's crazy. It's small world. I never heard of Kalispell before we moved here ever. Like I knew Glacier National Park was a thing, but
Sure.
I had no idea what this place was. And we were just looking for a place to rent, like a cool place to live for 6 months or a year or whatever. We lived in Arizona and we were like, let's switch up the landscape because we're both remote. My lady Olivia and I, she's a painter and I'm playing music, so we can kind of be wherever we want to be. So when I Google, I just looked for something cool. Like we should just find a really cool off-season, super remote spot. And this house popped up on Google, and we grabbed as fast as we could, and it was amazing. And when it ended, we were like, we're not leaving this town. This is home now. So we just bought a house here, and that's why I got all the paint on me. I don't know like what's going on, but I cut my hand yesterday. I'm trying to fix everything, and it's a full-time job now.
You just want to be close to John Dutton, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't have as many acres as that dude, but got a good view.
Rest his soul. Rest his soul. Rest in peace, John Dutton.
That's right.
Tell us about your mission, brother.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. And I think what our biggest push at most recently was the Rebuilding Together Unum tour that we did last year. So we worked with a nonprofit called Rebuilding Together. They're a national nonprofit that rebuilds homes, and they have a whole section of their endeavors that is dedicated to veterans. And the whole mission of it was to show up in different cities and be able to make a difference in each of the cities that we go to. So instead of us going and raising a bunch of money or doing something to a national chain and just never seeing where that money goes, we wanted to go and make a difference in each of the cities we actually played. And so that's why this nonprofit is so cool, is they have their independent affiliates essentially within their own cities. So yes, there's this national nonprofit, but if we put a donation together for, let's say, Las Vegas, it goes to veterans right in Las Vegas. And we did a show with Bob Cleveland of the Rebuilding Together Southern Nevada branch. And that one night, I think we did just a little over $30,000 on that one night. And for those guys, they can stretch those dollars pretty damn far. They're able to redo people's HVAC systems. And if you've been to Vegas, 120 degrees is not too fun. And it's actually a life-threatening thing there. So it was very, very special to be a part of that with that organization. So I think my biggest thing with music is always trying to make it mean something to me and to the people I'm working with and to those who have served. And that's kind of been a soft spot since before I was even playing music, growing up in a patriotic household. And so I think that's our mission. It's not one specific goal with every single tour that we do as far as like the same thing, but every time we play music, we try and work with or partner with an organization that's doing some good. And so, yeah, I mean, right now we're taking a little bit of a break. I'm taking some time, enjoying this Montana lifestyle right now, and kind of getting back into creativity and songwriting and all that stuff because we've been on the road for so long. But yeah, I would say this time next year we'll be full speed ahead. So,
well, thank you so much for being here tonight. You've loaded 3 songs to us. What song you want to start off with tonight?
I think did Kristen send you those 3? Which ones did she include?
No, New Roads.
Okay.
Raised on Kenny and Nation That I Know.
Yeah, let's do Nation That I Know. That was the song that was our anthem for last year as we traveled the country and did all these shows for Veterans Benefit Concerts. So let's start off with that one.
Is there a lead into that song?
A little story behind it? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, a little bit. I'd say, a lot of the inspiration and the love I have for country is when I was a little kid. First off, my parents got us into Toby Keith and that patriotic country music at a young age. And then I met my great uncle Tuffy. It's my mom's uncle and was very close with her and me and my brothers. And he shared some stories with us in his time in Europe during World War II. Stormed the beaches of Normandy and was at Battle of Bulge and a number of pivotal moments throughout that battle, throughout that war. And during that time as a kid, I think I was maybe 10 or 12, right around that age. And he was showing us his uniform, and he was showing us all these things that he brought back from Germany. And it meant something deep. I don't think comprehended all of it at that time, but as I grew older, I kept those memories with me. And I think this song is a lot of his words when he would ever share things with us. I think his spirit lives through this song. And anytime we go on the road, we meet veterans, we meet first responders and people that serve and wear that flag on their sleeve. The story of this song is the sentiment to most people who have served. So that's about it. It's called Nation That I Know.
Nation That I Know by Ben O'Connor.
9 p.m. CNN. Yeah, they're at it again. Throwing a punch, sneaking a line. Nobody bats tonight. Me, I'm working on the American dream. If they ask me what I think on TV, well, I say this isn't black or white or this or that, Republican or Democrat. It's blood, sweat, and fine tears. The stars and stripes will be in the air. We're living free because of them brave. And it's what you're giving, not what you take. Live to love, thank God above. That's what I learned from the nation that I know. It's a willingness to compromise, stepping back to realize that all the work being done today, it should be done for our children's sake, so that the flag waves on, on. It's time to stand united and not alone. 'Cause this isn't black or white or this or that, Republican or Democrat. It's blood, sweat, and fighting tears for stars and stripes to be in the air. We're living free because of the brave. And it's what you give and not what you take. Live to love, thank God above. That's what I learned from the nation that I know. Well, I'm driving this Chevrolet, oh, to a place where our heroes lay. They're under the sun out in Arlington, and if they were here, I bet they'd say this isn't black or white or this or that, Republican or Democrat. It's my blood and my sweat and tears, the stars and stripes up in the air. This isn't black or white or this or that, Republican or Democrat. It's blood, sweat, and fine tears, the stars and stripes up in the air. We're living free because of them brave. And it's what you give and not what you take. Live to love, thank God above. That's what I learned from the nation that I know.
That has been O'Connor, Nation That I Know.
Thanks for playing that, Mark.
What's it like sitting back I mean, are you out in the country or are you in town?
Kind of on, yeah, like, and a little bit in the country, yeah.
You get to see, you got a mountain view there?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What's it like getting to hear your music on the air?
It's weird. Like when we had like whether it's through this or my manager Kristen got us on a radio campaign last year nationwide, and or I mean we were in Vegas when we were doing that tour. We showed up and got on the Coyote and they played it on the radio, and I'm like, this is strange. And I grew up always listening to these guys, but now I get to be a part of what I used to listen to. So it's cool. It's definitely cool. It's brought me a lot of really cool, special people, and I don't know. I think I don't think I'll get used to it. Yeah.
So we have WeP3 Radio, and we pride ourselves in having the largest content in the country for veterans and first responders that play music. And thank you for what you do, Ben. But WeP3 is going to launch WeP3 Patriot, which is going to play Patriot players along with veteran and first responder musicians. So that's coming. It's on its way. Ben, you will be in that rotation, just so you know, brother. And we will get that out there for other people to hear you daily. And so we do thank you for all the amazing work you do and your battle to make a difference in organization, rebuilding together, and specifically rebuilding together by you. And all that, and all the work that you do. We appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us real quick about your family members, the family members that you know that have served.
The family members that have served?
Yeah.
So, is that you said? Okay. Well, this is a little thing I got from, this is Sam from D-Day. And so one of the daughters of Alfred Gilmet, who is our great uncle. Janice brought this home from Normandy, and purchasing those little things goes to maintain and keep those memorials the way that they should be. And so she came home, gave me that, and man, I think about his life over there, and then his life when he came home. And I keep that stand on my desk all the time because he was able to go to Europe, storm the beaches in Normandy, fight at all these crazy, like mind-bending battles, and came home and then put his work boots on and was a lineman in Westport, Massachusetts, as he worked in the electrical field. And it's just that mentality of being able to go through such what I can only imagine is horrifying experience, and then to come home, and one of the things he always said was, I don't want any sons after what he saw. He came home and he said he didn't want any sons, and he had all daughters, and he grew a beautiful family, and he was able to just take all of that horror and lost and everything that he went through, came home and made something of himself, built a beautiful family. And I think about that, and no matter what the day I'm having, if it's a bad day, if it's a good day, whatever, I mean, it's like, what's my excuse if I'm not feeling up to doing something? And it's just a nice little reminder. So that's I think I do as much as I can to keep his words and his memory alive. So that's I think the most important part of it is to keep them present, and how do we keep sacrifice and memories alive? I think we just keep talking about it, and we do everything we can to keep them alive and going.
Say his name.
Alfred Gilmet Jr.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I went to some deep diving and found the ship that took him across, the very ship that took him across, and some old paperwork, his old Army papers, and he served under General Patton. And I don't know if you guys have heard of this part of the history of World War II, but General Patton created this inflatable army, this fake inflatable army across the English Channel to throw off Hitler and the Nazis, to think that the U.S. forces were going to invade in a certain area, but really there was just inflated massive tanks that were just basically balloons. There were hundreds, there were thousands of these things. There were fake troops and fake jeeps and fake tanks all over the place. And so when the Nazi airplane would come over, they would see this massive force mounting, getting ready to cross the English Channel. And so Hitler ordered 1 million soldiers across the channel, directly across from this inflatable fake army. And all the while that was happening, my great uncle Alfred Gilmet Jr. and the rest of the troops were, I believe it was south of where this was, were just south and invaded in a completely different area, because up against 1 million troops on the other side, it might not have been possible. So the smarts of Patton and the forces over there were just a crazy, crazy part of the war that we haven't really heard about. So that was a cool thing that we heard about from him.
I love hearing the stories. I love knowing the names. We just lost in Minnesota an amazing icon. I will put him up there again. Papa Jake Larson. The amazing part of this story is he became a TikTok phenom. And he got to do the last 2 years, he got to go over to Normandy the last 2 years. Now, the other part of this amazing story is Papa Jake lied when he went to sign up for the military. He was 15 years old when he went in. 15 years old. My question is, again, we ask it regularly. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Papa Jake, with you, brother, and with the family dealing with the loss of him. 102 years old, and got to go on the last 2 trips back over to Normandy. Here's the deal, and the stories that we hear about, what in the video and the documentaries that we watch, what Normandy, France, does for U.S. soldiers is night and day, over the top of anything that we do for the U.S. soldiers here in the United States. Because if it wasn't for the United States, France would have been overran by the Germans. And so, and they realize that, they recognize it, and they just, oh man, my heart. They do a full-on U.S. tribute, Honor Day, D-Day event that lifts our brothers and sisters up over there, mostly brothers, because at that time we even let a lot of women into that space. But thanks for your story, man, and thank you for raising those names for us. We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true about France too. I mean, they're the longest. I think they're the longest standing ally of America, just all the way back to Yorktown during the Revolutionary War. And I mean, France was overtaken. I think it was 8 weeks in World War II, and they were 4 years under Nazi regime. And so it took 4 years, and finally the U.S. and the U.K. And I believe there were a few other like Nordic nations that pitched in, some Australian nation, stuff like that. They helped too. But I think that's a big part of this is France has been such an ally and such a good friend to America since the beginning, since the very, very beginning. And that's just such a cool part of our history together. Because without them, I think the same could be said without Lafayette and the Revolutionary time and Rochambeau, this would still be Britain.
Dropping it. Love it.
I love history is my favorite. That's my Olivia and I will stay up till midnight watching history documentaries, and yeah, we're weird like that, but it's fun.
Amanda, tell us how all the pieces of Veterans Helping Veterans. What are you working on right now?
So
how can we support you?
Currently, we are working on our huge fall festival that we host every year in November, right after Veterans Day, right after Marine Corps' birthday, because Marine Corps always likes to party for their birthday. So So we always host it after that because we go out to local areas to help support for Veterans Day and everything like that. So on November the 15th is our fall festival this year, and it's at Unity Park in Magnolia, which is a huge park in the heart of Old Magnolia, Texas. And it's a festival that we have. It's free to the public, so anybody and everybody can attend. You don't have to be military anything to attend. If you like how Ben is, if you're just a hardcore supporter of the military community, come hang out with us. It's like, I like to say, it's like the America kind of threw up onto this festival because it's super patriotic. I have literally everything. This year I have a flyover. I have like the blood bank is coming out because they're down here in the Gulf Coast. We're very desperate on blood right now because we're very low. So I'm helping them out and they're helping me out. So they are bringing out like a mobile blood bank. So that way they can do live blood draws there at the festival. You can donate for free. It's, there's no charge to you other than obviously you're saving thousands of lives just with 1 pint of blood. It's a nothing. And we have concerts. Our very own Scotty Frazier, a mutual friend of ours. He's actually on my entertainment lineup this year again. He was on it last year. Great friend, like you said. He's always there to support you. And sometimes you get just so busy in your own world, you forget to call back sometimes. And so I'm the same way. But I have a bunch of different musicians that are there, and a majority of them are military veterans, and then some of them aren't. Some of them are just patriots that just love their country and love what we do, and just love to support the military in any way that they can. And so we have that. We have food trucks. I have a full service bar. I have a cigar lounge. I have vendors of all types, whether they're patriots or a lot of them are military owned and operated businesses, whether they're small or big organizations and whatnot, that they're all there. And so it's just kind of like a big old party. It's very secure. I do have 4 police agencies that work for me during that festival. So that way for veterans like myself, or we suffer from PTSD, a lot of the times our heads are on swivels. And it's just something that we brought back from being in the military. It's just how it is. But it's a way for me to try to help you keep down that guard. And so that way you feel a little bit safer. And then plus it's super family friendly. So your kids can just go run off and go play on the bounce houses and whatnot. Because I have all that too. All that's free for the kids. And I have face painting, stuff like that. I have interactive utility vehicles out there, and just like a big old hangout party. We're just raising awareness of like the trials and tribulations that our military faces in general. So like how I mentioned before, like with active duty, when we're transitioning out, just that struggle transitioning out, like 1, finding a job, or 2, like where do you go from there? Like after you're getting out, like what's next? Like a lot of active duty that are transitioning out and don't know what to do. And that's where we come in and we help you out. We're like a one-stop shop per se. And you come to me and I can help you navigate through that. And I have organizations and businesses that I trust and know and that I've used myself and that I know that work, that like how you stated in the past, that like a lot of them say, oh yeah, we're here to help. And then they kind of ghost you. You're like, what the heck? And so we're one of those ones that are like, no, this is who you talk to. And then they can, and even at the festival, a lot of them are there. So you can talk to them to their face. And so it just makes it a lot easier to deal with, as opposed to sending emails or making phone calls and then not getting back to who and from and whatnot. So it just makes life a little bit easier. And then I do have a lot of businesses that are there that will love to hire military personnel right there on the spot, whether your family or you're transitioning out, or you're a vet that's just looking for something new, so a new job or something like that. A lot of them will are right there to hire you on the spot if you need a job. Or even I partner with the VA as well. So if you're needing help with your benefits or whatnot, I have them there as well. I also have suicide prevention team there, which is 988 for suicide prevention hotline. they're there as well to help you out with any mental health issues, or if you just need somebody to talk to. You can talk to another vet, just talk story, go have a cigar, go smoke one, and just hang out, and then enjoy a nice glass of bourbon next door. So it's just big old fun.
We just had a guy on our show last weekend that has a veteran-owned mobile cigar unit that he travels and goes to events and stuff. And so
Nice.
I don't know if you have set up for your event. If you don't have a veteran supporting one, let's
I'm
get
looking
him
for
in.
one. Mine's a Patriot one right now, and
Okay.
he has a huge selection. I use him myself, so but yeah, if you can send me that information to have a veteran one, oh man, that would be great. I would love to have him on board.
Amanda, I wish this was a couple weeks earlier. We were just in Houston like 3 weeks ago.
Oh man, see,
Yeah.
next year we'll talk about next year. I'll help you come out for next year for sure.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help out and jam with you guys for whatever. I think we go to Houston once a year at least, at the very minimum. And we're in Texas like at least 2 or 3 months out of the year too. So
Yeah,
you know those
absolutely.
the cities are so close.
I even wrote down your name while we were playing your song, because like, man, that song, like it really connects very well to like what we do, because like how you said in your song, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, we don't care. We don't care if you served or whatnot. Just like listen to us, because like I met somebody yesterday. They don't know military life at all. They're non-military. They don't have family military, but they wanted to see like what we go through and like how they can help. And they didn't realize the stuff that we deal with, and like you've heard stories, and because you have family in the military, and like the stuff that like how you said with your great uncle, I believe you said that he just put all that stuff aside that happened overseas, and then just came home, put his boots on, and then just like hit the ground running. And like not a lot of people understand about the stuff that we go through and see in the military in general, whether or not you serve overseas or not. It's just that lifestyle it's different. And so, and a lot of that you don't realize what you come home with, and it's kind of hard to kind of navigate with, because you're trying to balance everything and figure things out. And so that song really hit to like what we do. So I definitely want to connect with you and have you come out next year and be part of our crew.
Love to. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Houston's easy to get to, believe it or not, from where we're at. So it's just a quick layover in Denver, and then we're in. So,
Sweet.
But I'd love to play for you guys, and I think what you said hit the nail on the head for almost every conversation. Most of them that I've had with vets and people that have come back from combat. I mean, you name it. Even if it's not from combat, I think it's. And maybe you could tell me if I'm wrong or if you relate to this, but what I've observed is it's that teammate, that mentality of we're working on a team. We have got a common goal, and when that goes away, and you wake up in the morning and there is no team left anymore, it's like a black hole type feeling. Like the ground is completely gone. You're just like you've got no course of navigation or where to go, and it just seems like like I said, like I have never served, but I look at like moments of my life where I can at least try to resonate and try to feel that way. And I think sports touch on a little bit of it when you're part of a team at the end of the season, and that season's done and everybody goes home. It's like, it's depressing. It's very depressing. And you wish you could start it back up early. And that's not even 1% of what combat veterans have to deal with, or anybody who served. I think what you said just there was like the main struggle for most people that I've talked to, at least, is coming back from that. Every day you've got to be somewhere, not just for yourself, but for somebody else. And just being out in society, you can join things and be part of things, but I'm sure there's nothing that compares to the teammate mentality of being in the service. So I can't imagine how difficult that is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% true. Like it's just like it's a whole new world. It's like, because when people see like vets talking to each other, just the way we talk to each other, it's like, you don't know this stranger. Why are you talking to them that way? It's just like, it's that like unspoken rule. Like you just have each other, and it's like it's just like going, even starting from the beginning, going from basic and stuff. You are in a room full of strangers. You don't know nothing, but you know you're going to get through it together. And then you just go through life with them. Like I've been out of the military for a little over 8 years now. And I still talk to people that I was in basic training with. And I'm still real close to them. And it's like, it's crazy because like those are once complete strangers that now I would give my life for. I would give the shirt off of my back if the moment they ask. And it's just insane that to even think about it, because you were just, if you talk to a stranger off the road, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know you, I'm not gonna talk to you. But you know, in the military, they're just like, oh no, like I'll do anything to help you. It don't matter.
So
Mr. Smith. Oh, wrong one. Where are you at in Texas? Maybe we can make these connections and give you a space and place to create a common. And you had a question for me earlier, and I don't want to. Is that Skull, for the record? Skull, the little mead. We'll call it mead, okay? It is mead. This is a sweet mead lemonade combination with a peach enhancer. We'll call it that.
Enhancer. Mead. Peach
Enhancer.
mead.
Mead. It's mead. So, absolutely. Guys, I love the conversation. Garland right now. Do you know where Garland's at?
Garland is in North Texas.
How far is that from you?
Like 3.5, 4 hours.
Just over there?
Just right up the road.
Just over there.
In Texas, everything's up the road.
Just talking about that. It's so funny. Well, you know what? We'll get it figured out, and we got a guy down there, and we can pass information around and reach out to us, Mr. Smith, and text me 763-238-5971. I put it out there all the time. That's the number for the People's Patriot Project. I can't always remember what I just said at the same time while I'm typing it, but
happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I literally forgot my number yesterday. I was trying to tell somebody.
Somebody asked me how old I was. I was like 26, 29, 30. I'm 30 now. It took me a few minutes. I had to load. I'm like,
I have to ask my children. I have to ask my children. So it's and I thank goodness my oldest was born in 2000, so I don't ever have to remember how old he is. And my daughter was born a year and a day later, so I don't have to remember that either, because it's like 25, 24.
Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
Don't have to remember the dates. It's August 2nd, August 3rd. I mean, next week. Happy birthday, kids. It is what it is. This is birthday week. So we don't give gifts in our family. I cook them food. That's what happens.
That's the best
the menus have been the menus have been put out, and sometimes I'm challenged. This year it's ribs and chicken tenders. So it's rookie decisions. I was asked to make pork kaiatsu 2 years ago, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So, but was told it was the best they ever had. Anyway, off the subject, on the subject. We'll keep moving. Thank you for your mission. Thank you for the drive. Thank you for realizing, even in the People's Patriot Project, we had marketing people tell us right off the bat that you should specialize. And I'm like, specialize in what? We do specialize in men and women who have served. That's how we specialize. Well, do PTSD. No, we're not doing PTSD. I mean, we are going to do PTSD, but the second we start specializing, then you're leaving people out. You're leaving military sexual trauma out. You're leaving alcoholism out. You're leaving drug addiction out. You're leaving, gambling. You're leaving all the things out. We're not here to say, and we regularly say this, our veterans are not broken. They're not broken. And we're not here to fix them. we are here to support some men and women that did more than the rest of the 90% of the country has done. And we use the number 90 because roughly 3% of our countries are enlisted in the military, and roughly 6% of our country are veterans. And then we got first responders, which it's kind of hard to come up with the delineation of the actual numbers in that space. But so we go 10% of our country is doing more than the 90% that don't even question how they got their freedoms. Don't even question how they get to eat their moco loco coffee, fruity, tooty, whatever they drink every day. And it's all on the backs of the men and women who have served. True. We have police officers walking out their doors daily, not knowing if they're going to come back to their families. We have firefighters running into burning buildings while you're running away and you want them to preserve your life and your property. We have first responders holding the hands of their loved ones, and they're out on the road with your loved ones while they're taking their last breath. And then we got our men and women who are serving in the armed forces, who miss holiday dinners with their families, who take lesser pay. You know, yes, they made a choice. Yeah, we get that argument a lot. Yes, they made a choice. They made a choice to allow you to do what you do on a daily without question. To spit on the flag that we serve, to burn the flag that we serve, to tear down organization and all that. That's a whole nother conversation we can't really combat. But Ben, what are you working on now?
I'm working on getting back to the roots of creating music, because I think what happened in the last couple of years is driving around a lot. Quite literally drove to the moon in the last 2.5 years, which is, I think, 240,000 miles or something like that. So we've been driving way too much. We've been playing quite a bit. We did a lot of corporate destination events, private events. That's a lot of the stuff that pays the bills and does all that good stuff. But it's not as soul-filling as it could be when you play like your own shows, you sell tickets, you play your own music. That's the stuff we're really aiming for. So I think over the last 2 years, there's been a bit of a burnout of just go, go, go. The focus has always been business and how do we market this next thing and how do we promote, and it just got too much. And I definitely lost sight of the love for the music, 100%. And so I'm like back to square one. I'm looking at some of my very early projects, first stuff that I first started putting out, and why was I pursuing those songs? I think the thing that comes back to me is I wasn't even thinking about what I wanted to put out. It was just happening. So I think what I'm trying to get back to now, with the beautiful scenery in Montana and the summertime, is just get back to the love of music. So for the next really 6 months, the whole year, my goal is with this year is just get back into loving music again and writing and storytelling. And we've got quite a bit. We've had a few trips on some shows this year already. We've been out to like Colorado Springs and Austin, Texas, and we've been out to a few different places. And each time we'll go to somewhere, we get an Airbnb for a week. We have the whole band come out and we do songwriting, and we kind of conceptualize different ideas and songs and stories that we have. So this year is just basically about not too many shows, just a few, and let's create an album about something that we're really excited and proud of. And next year will be about putting that out and hitting the road a little bit more and start playing some more music. So yeah, I think primary goal this year is write the content, and next year will be put it all out and start playing more.
Who influences your music?
Well, I grew up on, I think, so I would say the two primary guys would be Jack Johnson and Kenny Chesney. So those two guys were always on the radio, always. I had their CDs, and whenever they dropped a new CD, I'd be going out to Walmart and buying the CD. I miss those days, by the way. But I'm like, you know what? I think as I grew into music more and more, I started to listen to like the Eagles and Donovan Frankenreiter and some just like off genre. I don't know if you could put them in a specific genre. They kind of have their own sound. So, yeah, I'd say if we did like top four, Donovan Frankenreiter, Kenny Chesney, Jack Johnson, and the Eagles. I love those harmonies, that color in the sound. So I'd say those are the top inspirations. And then my favorite part of the song is the story. It's how you develop and how you connect with that listener. And it's like my favorite part of a movie is the character development. It's not the special effects or the cinematics, or it's not even the storyline sometimes of the movie. It's more so, let me get to know the character. And I think similar in music, where I can create a character and write about someone or my own experience or someone else's experience in this song and develop this character. So I think that's my reason, I guess, for liking guys like Kenny Chesney and Jack Johnson, is they're, I think, the kings of character development and storytelling. So I'd say start right there. How about you, Mark? What do you listen to? What would you go back to and say what got you into music?
My goodness. So I've ebbed and flowed through rock, through country. I'll be honest. I mean, this is going to sound like a cop out, but like, I am enthralled and I stop and I listen right now, maybe because of the closeness of the time, but I spend a lot of time listening to Ozzy Osbourne stuff right now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And, I'm coming home just plays differently now. And just his last play and his last time he sung it, was just a couple of weeks ago. It just sits different, and it's just like the story of what that represented, and his in and out story with Sharon and where they're at. But I'm a lover of all music, so it sucks when you say, who do you listen to? And I'm just like, and again, maybe this is too soon. I love Billy Joel, love what he brought to the table. Old Johnny Cash is an influencer in my space, and what's really weird is my 25-year-old son, that is his favorite artist, and that was his run. He had a run out song, Rusty Cage, when he ran out for wrestling and stuff like that. Just so it's, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, a little Poison thrown in there back in the day, and a little Def Leppard from high school, and listen to that, and then my White Snake, Here I Go Again, is probably going to be my life forever anthem of just get it up and going. But you said it earlier, I've been involved in athletics my entire life, and so I kind of attached music and drive and passion with athletics. Granted, I served in the military and as a first responder as well, but it's just, those are the pieces. No one ever asked back the question. You caught me off guard.
Yeah. Well, Amanda and Andrea, what are your go-to artists or bands? You guys have like a top? I'm just curious.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm like Mark. I don't know if it's a military thing, but I listen to everything.
Yeah.
I listen to absolutely everything.
Well, here's a scenario. You're stuck on the moon for a year. You only have one band to listen to on repeat.
Oh no.
I don't know why you're on the moon, but let's just go there.
You must really like space because you were on the moon a lot.
I had to fact check you on the moon, and you nailed it, brother. You said they're roughly 240,000 miles. It's 238,900 miles.
I'm telling you, I thought I heard that somewhere, and we looked at the mileage that we did in a couple of our cars over 2 years. It was like 200-something thousand, 230. And I was like, that sounded like something familiar, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, or somebody said that in the background before. So, yeah, I mean, makes sense.
If I don't want to steal their thunder and their glory, and again, I'll give you guys a chance to answer. Who do you want to listen to on the moon? I want to listen to WeP3 radio that has all the veteran and first responder musicians on it, and soon to have Mr. O'Connell as well. So
I can't listen to just one. If I could pick a genre, okay, it'd probably be like 2000s hip hop and R&B. That
Nice.
probably could
Solid.
never get old.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a solid choice.
Oh.
Come on, Andrea, you're up. What you got?
Oh my gosh, Smith just called me out on that one. Look at that. Okay, I went all the way back to when I was young. Tanya Tucker is probably I listened to her. It's weird. We had this red rocking chair that also spun all the way around, and I would sit and listen to her and spin. Country, definitely. My dad's music shaped me, though I would not have admitted that from like probably 12 to 38 years old. Then I came back to say, oh yeah, it was okay. Back to Peterson Stola, Johnny Cash, Thunder, and now I guess contemporarily, even though, and I don't, not listening, but I like Chris Stapleton because I like his songs. But some of it starts to sound the same over and over again, so I don't want it on replay. I don't know. There's so many. I like so much. So it would be really hard to just pick. CCR, Little Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Nice.
It's kind of been my jam the last couple of weeks. I'll go with that one for the right now.
CCR is who I'm putting on if the apocalypse happened and I have to go move into a mountain, and I'll just put CCR on repeat and I'll put me in the mood to survive.
Yeah, there we
They
go.
have a sound.
I do.
Chris
like
Cornell is phenomenal. Smith, yes, Cornell gets the job done. There was a little mishap. Some people said poison and cherry pie, and then a correction. That is Warrant cherry pie. That was like the, and again, the hip hop stuff. I went in to basic training in 1989. And so, yeah, that was Warrant all day long, and we got to watch them in Kansas City. Warrant and Skid Row. That's what I got to see.
Skid Row. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Old. We might be old. Willis, I want your input on this one.
Janis Joplin. I mean, Joe Cocker. Come on, guys. Yeah. Phil Collins. I mean, there's just icons out there, and yeah, there's just I love this. This is great stuff.
Mhm.
And then Trace Atkins, Honky Tonk.
That's not Tracy.
I almost said Cornell. O'Connell. What's the next song you want to go?
O'Connor.
I said O'Connell, didn't I?
Yeah.
O'Connell. It all sounds similar. It's fine. I don't care.
It's no, you gotta get it right, and I need
You're
to
gonna get
focus.
my mom's name, so I'm not letting you get by with it. O'Connor's a big family name for us.
O'Connor.
Mhm.
Andrew, you said, is it maiden name? Is O'Connor?
My
Here we
mother's
go.
maiden. Yeah, my
Here
mother's
we
maiden
go.
name is. My son got married in Ireland. Or 7 years ago? 8.
Wow. Do you know where in Ireland originally she's from?
I don't. But when we were over there for my son's wedding, they had their reception. So they got married in this little bed and breakfast with a little peninsula in this lake with a chapel. Guggenbera, it was called. It was beautiful. Just out in the middle of, the sheep were on the hill and the farmer was doing his thing. We had to find a priest from another diet because it's not an active church. Anyway, the reception, and I don't think because his wife planned it, so it wasn't purposeful. It was at O'Connor's pub in Kilkenny. And they told us, oh, if you're O'Connor, then you're our relatives. Come on in. And it was so cool. It was amazing. And so it was this cool, reception area upstairs. And then downstairs, we spent the whole night listening to the older gentlemen in the bar just sing the coolest songs. It was amazing.
That's awesome. So Andrew, we're probably related somehow.
I think we are. And
Andrea, get hold of Rosemary during the next song. get hold of Rosemary and find out the deets and Mr. O'Connor. What next song do you want to roll with, brother? New Roads or Raised on Kenny?
Well, let's do Raised on Kenny. We're talking about family. That song's all about family and how we grew up. Raised on Kenny is Kenny Chesney. So if you're a Kenny fan, you know any Kenny Chesney songs. I believe there's 26 song titles or references in this song that make it up. So we're telling a story about how we grew up with our friends and family and by the beach. And Kenny's stories are so much of how we grew up that I'm like, we got to write a song about this dude's legacy on our life. And so Olivia and I were in St. John, Virgin Islands, and we sat for, I don't know, a couple hours in Cinnamon Bay, a popular place where Kenny talks about in his songs. And we wrote this. We finished this at like 11 o'clock at night. There's mosquito bites were all over us. And it was a kind of a work in progress song for about 3 months. And we finished it that night in Cinnamon Bay. And yeah, it's just a fun one. I love playing this one live. It's just the essence of family and faith and love and hometown and just the way we grew up. So if you're a Kenny Chesney fan, I think you'll probably enjoy it.
This is Ben O'Connor with Raised on Kenny.
We were piled in the back of that Chevy, 5 brothers and an old dog Willie. Down the road we go, every song we know on the radio. It was boats, beaches and bonfires, rolling around on Goodyear tires. We were learning how to grow up with the sound of a Tennessee fella with a guitar, singing out "As You Are," and might as well get along on this rock we're spinning on. I was young, definitely done, looking back where I come from. We had it up in that Chevy, yeah, we were raised on Kenny. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can bet that I go back a couple kids under a pirate flag. It was here and now in a small town, not thinking about when the sun goes down. You'll be rolling away, and I'll be here to stay, working on a boat in the bay, waiting on a rainy day. And I know you're never ever gonna wanna come over. I'm never gonna feel like that again. I'm a little bit stronger, older, better off gone than that's your man. And I'm still learning how to grow up with a sound. Singing out "As You Are," and might as well get along on this rock we're spinning on. I was young, definitely done, looking back where I come from. We had it up in that Chevy, yeah, we were raised on Kenny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now this wild child, no doubt about it, got it all. This woman knows she got this boy too far. And now I'm by the sea, you and me, sweetheart, living now, be as you are. Might as well live those songs on this rock we're spinning on. Looking back at where I come from, Alan Moore with the song on the tip of his tongue, building a better boat. I learned all I need to know, how to float, give heart, get close to that place everybody wants to go. And I'm still learning how, living on the sound.
That is Ben O'Connor.
Thanks for playing that one.
Great, Kenny.
Ben, I must say, like I don't know if it's your voice or like your music, but it's like I just picture myself driving down to the beach and just blasting your music.
Nice. I love that.
It's like a whole vibe. I love it.
That's Galveston for you, right? The
Yeah.
closest beach. Sweet.
Dirty
I love
water.
that. Yeah. Hey, it's water though. Whatever.
Right.
What is the next big thing for Amanda Sombach and Veterans Helping Veterans Montgomery County?
Oh, our next big thing. So we actually recently started partnering up with Camp Conrad. They are a nonprofit organization that helps out with veterans and dealing with any type of mental health concerns. Reason why I like them the most is because it's not just for the vets. They also help out the family too. And very awesome organization. It's a husband and wife duo. The husband is an Army veteran, and his wife is an awesome person to be around. You just walk by her, she just oozes all this positive energy, and you can't stop being around her. It's awesome. But at Camp Conrad, it's more like a retreat. So it's just kind of like a vacation. You don't feel like you're going to really like you're there to like get intense help kind of thing. Because like as a vet, I don't like doing that because it's just not like us. And so I definitely love what they do because it's more like friends hanging out, just going like hanging up in the woods and just camping kind of vibe. And so really love what they do. And they do a lot of partnering with the U.S. Military War Dogs, which is a military baseball team. They're a national baseball team, but they have chapters, and there's a chapter here in Houston. So they do a lot of work with them. We are working on quite a bit of stuff together. Don't want to go too far into detail, but a lot of stuff that you'll start seeing closer to the end of the year and then into next year as well after we finish out the festival. But we are also partnering with the festival too. So you'll see them out there this year at the festival. So we're pretty excited to see what we have cooking up.
Exciting stuff, man. I love hearing the growth and the drive and the passion. And keep doing the good work, man. Keep doing the good work. Mr. O'Connor, what's the next big thing for you and your camp?
I think right now we are purposely not making any plans. Like I was mentioning before, just getting back to that love of songwriting and storytelling and letting things come naturally is the mission, you could say, right now, is to just let it flow. And we do have some private events that we will take on for the rest of the year and stuff, but nothing like we were doing in the past couple of years. So, and after this year is up and we got our album and we're happy with what we've got, every time we release a project, every time we play out publicly, we're dedicated to always doing our best to make where we visit better than when we got there. So we always want to do stuff with veterans. So Amanda, I'm glad we've connected now because every time we're going to Houston, we're going to keep you in mind. To whether it's during the time of your festival or an off time, we'll give you advance notice and we can put together a show or something, whether it be big or small. That's the kind of stuff I love doing that kind of stuff. It's just like, go to somewhere, go to a city, make memories, meet new people. And so I think that's the next thing is to get a set list that we're excited to play. Because in the last, you could say 10 years that I've been doing this, a lot of it kind of gets repeated. You play over and over and a lot of the same stuff is played. So I think when we go into 2026, everything we play will probably be completely new and different from what we've played in the past 10 years. So I think that's the next big thing is enjoying the summer in Montana. Believe it or not, I love Montana winters. It buries you in and it's awesome. All you need is a 4-wheel drive truck and life is fine. And so I'm looking forward to that too. So I think just letting things flow and dig up some of these stories and put together this album in this little studio space. We just bought this house. I think it was about a couple of months ago now. So we're slowly moving in and putting things together. And this room now is going to be the place to record and write and do all that good stuff. So.
Outstanding. And I love that you get to live a dream involving a passion, both of you actually, and that there's a driven core to this that it's fascinating meeting all the people that have a vision, and it's about others. It's not about the goal for themselves. It's about the goal of growth, the goal of going to another space with something bigger than you as an individual involved. We see enough of the individualism in our society and in our country, and the always focusing on something smaller, not the majority, not the great part of all of why this country came together. And so I appreciate both of you for both your passions and where you're going with it. So
yeah, I think it's kind of sad that when you look back, like we don't want to see our most patriotic moments come after tragedy. We don't want to see our America be this place where we only come together as one and get excited about the red, white, and blue after 9/11 or after Pearl Harbor or after something tragic. Like there's times where we can figure out ways to ignore the differences, and yeah, we got differences. I'm not saying ignore the differences, but I think there's enough to celebrate. There's enough to look forward to be excited to put a flag up and not think of political party when we do so. But it's just I don't know. I think it's happening slowly. I don't know if that's just my perspective from Montana, but I'm seeing a lot of patriotism. I'm seeing a lot of people being proud to be an American, and I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's. I mean, I was only a kid after 9/11. I was only young, but what I do hear is that was a crazy patriotic time, and what I'd love to see over the next year, a few years, whatever, is more and more people just be prideful. Like they don't apologize for being patriotic, whether you serve, not serve. The beauty, I think, that comes from that isn't just that you love your country, it's that we create this team. Like we remind each other that we're part of this greater thing, like being in sports, like being in service, like being in any group activity where you have to now not just think about yourself, you got to think about other people too. So, I mean, you're raising kids. I'm sure people feel that way the same way. When you're raising kids, it's like it's just having something bigger and better than self. And I think that's why I fly the American flag in our front yard. We put a flagpole in, and that was I never realized how hard flagpoles were to put in. I thought they were simple. It's very difficult. You got to dig real far down and pour concrete, and man, it's work. But when you look at that flag, you shouldn't see political party or the wrong things that America has done. It's where we're heading, the good things that we're correcting and celebrating the sacrifice and remembering the sacrifice. And I just I hope that we come to a place where we can be unapologetically patriotic and not in response to a tragedy and just because it's cool. And in that, I think we can become more teammates. We're excited to be part of each other. More community.
You are absolutely speaking to my heart right now, man. And it's like if we buckled down and did some hard work for a minute, I mean, it wouldn't take, I don't even think it would take a year, to be honest with you. Take yourself out of the picture, and we are going to work to put in an infrastructure that will accommodate literally all. I think we could pull this off. I really do. We have to come back to something. And you're right. Why no one goes to action. We talk about this. No one goes to action until they're affected by it. When you are affected, your house burns down. Oh, now I'm going to do something. Or someone dies in your family. Now I'm going to do something. Or, now I'm going to, why now? Why, if we just, sometimes we help, not sometimes, we help veterans that run into some hard spots. And sometimes in my head, I'm just going to be transparent. It's like, we have been here since 2018. You can argue 2012, but 2018 we launched. And all of a sudden you get people who reach out and their hand is out. And I totally get it. That's why we're here. This is what we're going to do. But it's like, what have you been doing since 2018? I mean, if we would have all the resources that we need to make and accommodate what we say we'll do, we would have no problem being yes. But we have 58,000 organizations across the country saying they're helping veterans.
Mark, there was one guy said, were you finished? I couldn't, you broke up. Or,
No, go
I don't
ahead.
know if you were done.
Go ahead. You're good.
So I played this event in the Hill Country, actually, in Austin, just outside of Austin, Texas. And a guy was a Navy SEAL, and he said that one of the best things that you could do for a veteran or anyone who has served is to simply love your country and celebrate your country, because it just signals to us that we did something well worth doing. And you don't even need to say thank you for your service. You don't have to donate if you don't have the money. You don't have to do a damn thing. You just raise that flag, celebrate being American, be proud being American. And that's the best medicine for so many guys and girls that have served, is to just see an abundance of love for the place that they've given up so much for. So, I don't know.
Show a value to the freedoms and liberties you actually have, instead of bitching and complaining about what you don't have. And that men and women have allowed you to coast. I mean, we have 90% of our country coasting. They get to do what they want, when they want, how they want. We have men and women that have bled, lost limbs, and died. So you can do that. I can get on all kinds of analogy. The lifeguard that sits at a beach and watches over all the hunyups that did not plan. They brought their cooler of beer. They brought their sandwiches and their flaming hot Cheetos. And they're going to go take a dip out in the ocean with the sharks and the jellyfish, and can't swim and all the above. But now the lifeguard's got to be prepared to take care of your tail, because you didn't plan. You're not educated, and you just do what you do. And that's what veterans and first responders do. And they sit, watch. They watch, they maintain, they make sure you're safe, they make sure you're secure. And gosh.
Man,
so
that's like I'm sorry to cut you off, Mark, but that was like very well said, Ben. That's like what we are all about too. It's like we hear thank yous all day, every day when people find out, if you served in the military. Just thank you for your service, what we hear all the time. But just showing up and showing how much you love your country, instead of just saying thank you, and then going out and the way that the world is now, it's just like, it just kind of is like, man, what do we have to show for what was serving the country? It's just like yes, you get to do all these wonderful and beautiful things, but you're hating the country that you're allowed to do this in, and try going doing that overseas. And so it's like that was absolutely incredible the way you said it, though. It's just like, instead of going out and just saying thank you, go and proudly wave that American flag and show how much you really love this country. Go out and do something that proves how much you love this country, and not just do it on days like 4th of July or on 9/11 and stuff like that. Go and do it every day. Go help out a vet, or go visit your local national cemetery, because they're all over the US, and see and hear some of the stories that these vets have, and you'll be really, really appreciative of what you got, honestly. And it's just absolutely incredible and that's what we invite, that's why we're open to the general public, and we invite absolutely anybody and everybody to come out. Like, come out, hear our stories, hang out with us, and show your appreciation instead of just telling us, because like I said, we hear that all day, every day, and so it's more show and action, like you said, Mark, than as opposed to words.
That's that old saying, talk's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Fly the flag, that says enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we can take a quick vote and see how we want to do this, because we can listen to Ben's last song now and come back for final thoughts, or we can do final thoughts right now and then close with Ben's last song. What would you guys want to do?
Yeah, I'll do final thoughts and then close with the song.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So we'll let Andrea lead this off, and everyone gets a chance to kind of round robin this thing. We'll go Andrea, Ben, Amanda, and me as far as final thoughts. Go ahead, Miss Eichmann.
Perfect. Can I just quick, Holland Mad's going back and forth, but Pam, thank you for stopping in. And then, I mean, there's always good words. You only have yourself to show. And he wants to sing, so I'd love to know what you want to sing. Oh, he has to go. He's going now. Dang. So we missed him. All right. We'll catch up later. I'm trying to put together, because what a rich, full conversation this was tonight. It was really, truly, thank you both for being on here. And your personalities, because I'm taking these classes right now, right? Social emotional learning. You guys have the personalities that pull people in and pull people together, and that we say things all the time about how we didn't plan. We didn't know either one of you before this started, and it clicked, and it clicked super well. I mean, it's great. Okay, and I can't talk about everything, but I did not serve. I didn't serve either. My dad was National Guard, and I have a lot of relatives that have served and are serving, and friends. And so I jumped into this because I think I have a heart that serves, and I appreciate when people take that step, actually putting lives on the line. And I know not everybody's deployed, and I know not, but you signed a line, right? And so that means a lot to me, and I like to share that with everyone. And I teach, and goodness knows I'd like to share that with all the kids that come through the classroom, just the feeling of appreciation that they should have for anybody that is a good person and that served or serves in those ways. So Ben, you put that in the, I have to think now what I was going to say about, saying the thank you and saying the name. But just, there was someone else who came on, and I was wondering if we had your person on the show. But live a life that shows respect for the thank you, right? So live your life as a sign of respect for that thank you. And so that kind of sums it up. And Amanda, I just want to hear more and more about those things that you are doing and putting into place and have going on. And also, Ben, we know so many people out from where you are all the way out to Washington State, veteran groups that have events all the time. And so I feel like we should kind of get you in that network. And I actually was going to share, I put Joey James fundraiser out there, and I just kind of wanted to share it again. His mother, he's in Hendersonville. I don't know why I thought he was out there. His mother is dealing with cancer, and it is, he's a big guy with a big heart, a big personality. Let's share this again. He too writes and sings and does music and is a veteran. And we met him through our show, but we met him through, maybe that's because we met him through the guy in Washington, but So here's his GoFundMe. I already jumped her. I don't always jump on donations, but I jumped on that thing right away. So if you're looking for a worthy cause to donate to, and I know sometimes we like to take the fluff out of there, but he's a great guy to donate to. But thank you again for coming on the show. We just are going to promote the crap out of this show. And I was telling Amanda earlier, like every week we get done and we're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. 5 years worth of, we've been building and building and building and trying to figure out, social media and the way it works. But anyway, the closing thought I would like to leave everybody with is to be thankful, have a thankful heart, look for things you can be thankful for, and then call them out. I just said, and I know on top of the just say thank you, but there are so many of the guys that wear their Vietnam hats. I love when I run into a Korea War hat because there aren't a lot of them. And so I know that I go tell them thank you, but I also hope that I am living a life that's worth their give, right? And so if any of them are watching, that's what I'm doing. I'm living a life for their give. I like to buy their lunch or dinner too, depending on where I run into them, but breakfast is easy. Lunch or dinner is fun too. But anyway, so thank you. Thank you very much for being on the show. I do have to share real quick next week's guest. You will want to see our new friend, Lee Mosler with Ruck Digital. He will be on sharing what he does to support those who have served. And then a new friend, Sean Russell, will be on with Cutthroat Finches next weekend and his music. Oh, look at, there's the picture. Yay. For the record, Peterson has like 18 screens over there, so he can see what he's doing. I have to flip back and forth between tabs, so I never know what's going on when I have to go check my notes. So anyway, thanks for putting that up.
And only seven screens.
Oh, it's only 7. That's
Ben,
it.
final thoughts, brother.
Final thoughts. This was really nice talking to you guys. Glad to meet you all, and I'm excited now. We're going to be reaching out to you, Amanda, about something in Houston next time we're there. And Mark and Andrea, if you guys ever, Andrea, where are you from? Where are you recording from right now?
I'm in Minnesota, just south of St. Paul.
We'll be in Minnesota springtime, I think, next year. Either spring or fall, I can't remember, but we'll all stay in touch. And Mark, if you ever find yourself back in your homeland here in Montana, let me know. We'd love to hang out with you and have you over the house, whatever. But I think as far as just this whole feeling of love for country and best way to serve those who have served, whether it be first responders or vets, I think we get caught up in how do we start? And maybe we don't have the funds or the money to donate, or maybe we don't have the time because we got kids, we got job, and I think the best way to start is go buy an American flag and be proud to be American. It's not that expensive. It's very easy to do, and I think that's the consensus among most veterans that I've met and talked with is you don't even need to say thanks, like you said. Just show your pride and love your country and celebrate your country. And then also, I think it's pretty easy. If you got Netflix or Amazon Prime, learn about your country, learn about where we come from. The history is pretty cool. We're a young nation. We're not like places in Europe where we're thousands of years old, but in the almost 250 years that we've existed, there's been some pretty epic moments, and there's been no freedom and no luxury of life that humans have experienced until America showed up. And so I think the best thing you could do other than loving your country is learn about your country and finding out some of those moments. And it just gives you perspective and appreciation. Amazon Prime, Netflix, if you get a subscription, there's a ton of shows that are on there that are actually very entertaining, that aren't like the schoolroom, classroom, sit there and, how they used to roll the TV in and they put something on the screen. It's not like that. This is good stuff. History Channel puts on a lot of good stuff. And so I guess other than loving your country, learn about it a little bit. And that's where I find a lot of my appreciation. But yeah, I think other than that, anybody that I don't know that's new to me, I appreciate you guys listening and giving my music a chance. And to you guys as audience, the People's Patriot Project, thanks for everything you guys do for being there for those who have served. And I just think it's important, Mark, what you said before about not specializing in one thing and just being a place with open arms anybody can go to. But that's a huge part, I think, to the awareness that people need to know about. I think people got to realize it's not just a singular issue that they're dealing with. Now they got to go find a specialist, or I think knowing they can turn to you guys for direction or where to go next is really cool. So love the mission you guys are pushing, and love to stay in touch. And that's all my words for today. Thanks for having me.
Amazing.
And final thoughts. Well, first off, thank y'all so much for having me on here and being able to spread the word of our mission. I much appreciate it. Because like I said, we don't focus on just one thing. We focus on the big picture. And I always like to say that, nobody's left behind or forgotten. And it's not just a Lilo and Stitch thing. but for real, that no single veteran of any era or any active duty member or their family should ever feel like they're alone. And I know that there's always somebody there for you, even though you do feel like you're in like this dark cave. There's somebody there that's there to support you. And like you said before, Mark, text your 6 people, just check in, because you never know, you might save somebody's life that day and you just don't realize it. And Ben, I'm glad I met you. Would love to talk more in the future. I actually want to put you in contact with some good friends of mine. They actually own Boots for Troops. They do the care packages for veterans that are overseas, or not veterans, but for active duty military that are overseas. And they do a huge concert here in Houston every year. And so and it's massive. It's like the concert of the year to go to. And it's all military related things. So definitely would love to put you in contact with them. But I'm definitely, my closing thoughts would be, don't just say thank you to your military members. Go on and show them thank you. Go and like wave that flag. Go and pay for their meals, or simply give them a hug and tell them you love them. Like, it's not weird to us. And it's like it's just that extra care and love that we might need, that moment that you just never know. And just go on, and my big thing is go and show your love. That's the big thing. Is that's what the world needs right now. We all know that's what America needs right now, is love. And if you're listening to me right now, go and show your love to your friends and your family. And thank y'all for hearing about our mission. You can go and find us on social media. So we're really big on social media, and just go and support any way, in any organization way you can.
And Andrea, can you put their links up real quick as we're closing here real quick? And this show and episode tonight was not planned this way. Last Sunday, I texted out to all the participants, and Ben was not part of the show. We want to reach out to the family of I'm having a moment right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
Deanna Wheeler. Going through a tough time. We won't put her business out there, but it was a piece where she could not come onto this show. And one of the things we pride ourselves in is the connection with the guests that we have. I'm confident there would have been a connection with Deanna here as well, but we get super ecstatic, and the proud papa moments of the connections that are created. This wasn't planned this way. When things don't go as planned, evaluate and reevaluate. Don't overthink it. Are you at the point where you can miss or will miss the target? Because that's another conversation. We had time. We took care of Deanna. We had conversations with Deanna. We know where she's at. We know what she's doing. She knows. And it might take her a minute to get through the things that she's dealing with. So we will constantly have a finger on that pulse. You don't have to compromise your mission. You can still accomplish can you still accomplish what you intended? Modify the approach. Time on target is still possible, then hit it. I feel like we hit it. Don't hang your head. Don't accept defeat. You got this. Sometimes you just have to rethink it. That is something that I learned on a construction team a while ago, is when things aren't working and you've gone through a plan, you just rethink it. All roads lead to everywhere. And some people will argue that with me. But you know what? It's a process. You're going to start. You're going to end. I can tell you right now, there's no destination in this mission. There's no finish line. We're going to have some milestones. We're going to have some places where we'll stop. We'll have conversation. And ultimately, I hope we grow. Your biggest piece is growth. Our hopes are the version of you tomorrow is better than the version of today. I'm throwing all of the WeP3 cliches out there for you today. Our goal is to move forward and make a difference. We have been blessed by you guys tonight. We thank you for being here. Sometimes to ponder the strange part of adulthood is that, and no one ever talks about this, that you are homesick for a place or a moment that no longer exists. But the problem with that is if you focus on that stuff behind you, it's going to be something that you trip on. Thank you for all of our guests. Thank you for all the people that came on and listened tonight. We appreciate you. I thank you, the WeP3 team, for doing this, the behind the scenes stuff, the work, all the pieces that it takes. We appreciate everyone that is boots on the ground, making a difference in other people's lives. Hang those flags. Enjoy what has been provided you. And it's been provided to you for a cost. None of this freedom came free at any given moment. Thank you to the men and women that served. We appreciate you. Ben, do a lead in for this last song, New Roads.
New Roads. All right. Well, I think we talked about the love your country part. I'm going with L's here. Love. You learn about your country, and this song is about living. This is about living your country and living from coast to coast and traveling and going to places and seeing new faces and experiencing new things. And so I think this New Roads really comes from the era of Olivia and I building a bus, like building an RV out of a school bus. And we got this 2009 Freightliner from our very good friend Tony Murgo, who owns Ocean State Transit up in the Rhode Island, Connecticut area. We were going to go to Florida and spend like a crazy amount of money on a bus. And I called him and saying, hey, I don't know if you guys have one for auction or whatever. And he hooked it up. And man, we spent like 2 years just trying to build a home on wheels in what was once a school bus. And we succeeded with it. I think for the most part, other than like the door that was half fallen off in Florida and the exciting things on the side of the road when we come across them. But this song is just about exploration, discovery of new places, of new roads. And this goes out to all you travelers, all those people that have served this country. Don't forget to get out there and see this country because it's beautiful and well worth seeing. So hope you guys enjoy this one.
This is Ben McConnor, New Roads.
On the move is where my soul comes to life. This rock we live on, it holds so much beauty that can't be captured, only witnessed. And I want to see it all. I find comfort in discomfort, in that unknown. And for me, that's what sparks the excitement. It makes me want to keep on rolling. But all this travel, all this movement, all these memories, they're worth nothing without you.
I got this ringing in my head, I wanna get away. Baby, maybe we find ourselves a better place. On a beach laid back by the sea, anywhere with you I'll be. We are just two hearts American dreaming. Don't know how to stop believing. In the morning you and me will be leaving somewhere unknown. We'll be rolling over new roads, nowhere to go. Wherever we may roam, maybe that's home. Oh, a little misunderstood, misfitting into what feels good. So come on, let's go, let's see where they roll. Blacktop vagabonds causing commotion. It's an ocean out there, so let your hair down and forget about fear. The ways of the world and the weight of wondering what might have been. It's got us rolling over new roads, nowhere to go. And wherever we may go, maybe that's home. Oh, a little misunderstood, misfitting into what feels good.
Patriot Pride.